Thursday, April 12th, 2018, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So we're going to look at the markets, and I want to look at EOS as well, one of my favorite blockchain or cryptocurrency projects. EOS is now at the top of the WorldCoin index for the moment in terms of volume traded in the last 24 hours. It's traded over almost $2 billion worth of transactions. Before that, let's look into the markets, see what they're doing. Very interesting day yesterday for precious metals. Gold traded to the high of the year. It actually made a double top from the high in January at 1365. It did turn around later on in the day. Still finished up quite well on the day, above 1350. Silver, it is incredible looking at the chart of silver for the last 2 months. We're in a very narrow trading range still. It tried to break out yesterday, but it also came back down later on. So it's 9 a.m. London. So right now spot gold is down about $4 at 1349. The range overnight has been 1348.25 to 1354. Silver 1665 down 2. Range has been 1661 to 1671. The stock markets yesterday, of course, had a negative day. The Dow finished down 218 or 0.9%. S&P finished down 15 points or 0.5%. NASDAQ finished down only 25 or 1/3%. And we'll have a look at a chart of the Dow. Of course, yesterday I spoke about that dead cross, the 50-day moving under the 100-day. And I said it was close to doing that, and you'll see what's happened to it now. Currency-wise, same kind of action yesterday as gold. Dollar was weaker early on, and then it rebounded. Some people are saying that it was due to the release of the Fed minutes, saying, and it says here, the FT says, Fed minutes discuss possibility of steeper rate rises. And it goes on to say, officials express concern over trade war, but remain positive in Powell's first meeting. I think it's a load of rubbish. They're pretending that they're positive on the economy, even though they know everything is like slowing down. You just have to look at how the funding costs are going up, how the trade deficits are going up. That's going to affect GDP. Credit is contracting. I think this is just covering their derrieres, so to speak. In terms of the geopolitics, there's a very interesting article on Zero Hedge, and it says, and I quote, "There wasn't a single corpse. Russia claims white helmets staged Syria chemical attack." So the United States has been threatening that they will start bombing targets in Syria. The UK also, I think Theresa May, the Prime Minister here, said, I think there's a headline here, where is it? That she's also preparing. Yeah, UK moves submarines next to Syria. Strikes may begin as soon as Thursday. So in this, this is on Euronews, this story about the white helmets, and I'll put the link below the description to the Zero Hedge story. One thing I have to say, reading about what's going on in the States, FBI, Mueller, Trump's lawyer, all this stuff, it goes to show that there's a civil war, in my opinion, in the States. We don't really know who is. I don't think President Trump is in charge anymore. And I think that in itself is very negative for the US dollar. At least under prior to Trump, we might have not known who was in charge because Obama, Bush, all Clinton, they were all puppets anyway, but they weren't trying to, how can I say, defy the deep state. Right now, it looks like the deep state and Trump are at war, and it looks like they've taken over, but it's very, I think the rest of the world sees that. Even the Russians, the Chinese, there's trouble brewing for the U.S. Not from outside, internally. I think the problem in the U.S. is internally. I forgot who said it, but the U.S. Would fall from within and not from without. Some old politician or history. But there is such a comment, and I think that's what might be happening. So, what about EOS, which stands for Enterprise Operating System? One of the reasons I got involved in this project is that one of the developer or the chief technology officer, the guy who wrote the system, he was the same guy who started out Steemit and also BitShares, so he had the background and the track record. Dan Larimer. And the other reason I liked the project is because Dan Larimer is a fan of Ron Paul. He's a fan of free markets, libertarianism. So what's going on? Why is EOS now at the top of the leaderboard, so to speak, here on World Coin Index? It's recently been around 6, 7, 8. It had risen maybe to 3 or 4, and now is top dog here, trading almost $2 billion worth of tokens. Yesterday it was trading just below $6, and it's traded as high as $9, and right now it's dropped back to $8.34. Well, I listened to a YouTube channel called The Awakenment, and I'll put an interesting video he did in the cards right now so you can listen to it. And in it he talks about EOS Dawn 3.0. And what is EOS Dawn 3.0? Well, I'll talk a little bit about it. Dan Larimer announced it on April 5th. And I'll read it from the medium.com article that he wrote. It says, EOSIO Dawn 3.0 now available. Block One is Block One is the company that is the kind of the holding company for EOS. It says Block One is excited to announce the first feature complete pre-release of EOS Dawn 3.0. This pre-release represents a major milestone on the road to EOS 1.0, targeted for release in June 2018. Our worldwide team of developers have been working around the clock to make EOSIO the most powerful platform for building blockchain applications. It has been 4 months since we released EOS Dawn 2.0, and we have a lot to show for it. And he goes on to say, building state-of-the-art blockchain architectures is a process where designs change as we learn. Many of the features we have completed in Dawn 3.0 were not even contemplated in the original EOSIO white paper, but were discovered in the process of building a platform that is performant, flexible, and easy to develop on. So that's the other thing. EOS is doing very well. Am I saying you should put all your money into it and there's no risk? Of course there's risk. As you saw there, Dan Larimer says that things change. They didn't even think about this when they first started. Now I'll go over what The Awakenment said about this article, Dan Larimer, because he made a review and he took the most important parts. He's a developer as well. I'm not. I'm more of an investor. So the basic advantage of the EOS blockchain is scalability. The other thing that The Awakenment talked about is inter-blockchain communication. And for example, this new Dawn 3.0, a 3-second blockchain interval has been cut to half a second interval. So this dramatically reduces latency until confirmation. According to the Awakenment, when combined with Byzantine fault tolerance, which is kind of an algorithm to make sure that there's security, and DPoS, delegated proof of stake, that's how EOS is based on delegated proof of stake and not delegated, not proof of work like Bitcoin or Ethereum. So I'll go over this again. When combined with BFT, which is the Byzantine fault tolerance, DPoS transactions can be irreversibly confirmed in under 1 second. So that's where they're up to right now, EOS. So it says here, he says, two EOSIO based blockchains should be able to perform a round trip communication in under 3 seconds. As a similar communication pattern on Ethereum would take 9 minutes, and on Bitcoin over 3 hours. And the really interesting thing that the Awakening talks about from this Dan Larimer article, which I'll also put in the description, is about the BIOS architecture. So, and I think this could be quite revolutionary. I could be wrong. You guys comment below. But the Awakenment says a bare bones EOSIO blockchain can be adopted by Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency if they so wish. Their transactions would be irreversibly confirmed in under 1 second. So just think about that. The EOS, this new Dawn 3.0 allows any cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Bitcoin, to use the EOS architecture if they so wish, and it would lower their transactions to under 1 second, while right now it takes minutes and hours. It could be something huge. So I've gone on for a while now. This has been a long video. So if you enjoyed it, please like, share it far and wide, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and you can follow me on Steemit/DTube, and you can also follow me on Twitter, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.